welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, hi, welcome to whatever this is. Today I just wanted to talk about one of my biggest YouTube disappointments, which is Jeffree Star. I'm sure everyone and their mother has seen the apology video that he released, and I think we all know it's bullshit. And I'm so disappointed in him because I used to watch his stuff. Like, I love his personality. His personality was always fun for me to watch. Like, it was really entertaining. And then stuff keep coming out. Like the James Charles, Dramageddon was the first big thing that knocked me off watching him. But then the whole thing with Davi Vanity coming out, I was like, okay, I'm done. And then with the continual drama and his involvement and stuff, I was like, this is just... You are not a mature adult. He's 34 years old and he's still acting this way. Like, I just had enough. So I just wanted to watch this video in its entirety and kind of give my opinion on it. Not that anyone asked, but I figured might as well just go through this and see if it's actually an apology video.
Welcome back to my channel. Now, I've been silent for a very long time. I know that's very rare for me. I've taken a lot of time to do a lot of self-reflection.
I'm so confused about this setup. First of all, why he's got a wig? Is that a wig? That might be his natural hair. I can't tell. He's got his hair done, his makeup done. He's sitting on an expensive couch in his mansion, but then he's wearing a robe and Louis Vuitton slipper things. I didn't even know they did that. Why would I know? So this is very weird. I'm getting conflicting things. Either flex on us or be humble in your little bath robe. It's confusing. Also, this couch is interesting. Is that like a velvet couch? I don't know if I like that or not. It's very posed though. It feels weird. Like, I don't know if he's trying to give off this like image of gentle, like, oh, I'm very timid and I'm sorry, trying not to come out as his aggressive self, but it's not really working for me.
Today, there are no excuses.
Okay, but didn't just like a couple months ago you went on that podcast and we're talking about how you have voice memos and stuff and how you could out a victim of James Charles? Wasn't that only a couple months ago? Like, it was definitely not a year ago or a couple years ago. And even so, he's 34 years old. Why is it taking you this long in your life to figure this shit out? To realize that maybe you shouldn't post everything online or react negatively and pick up your phone and attack people or throw out accusations. Like, why is it taking you 34 years of your life to figure this stuff out? It doesn't make any sense. Like, if whatever, I guess people can learn at any age, but still, seems sketchy to me.
A year ago, I did a video called Never Doing This Again, and I meant that. And 2020 has been really, really crazy.
Okay, but that was a cop-out. That's literally all it was. Like, you were stirring the pot. You were a big reason why Dramageddon got as big as it did. And then when it came down to you actually proving what you were saying, you copped out. That's not... I don't see that as a positive. If you had all this evidence about, James Charles being a predator and he had all these receipts and I remember watching that video, or the Snapchats and stuff, he was going to prove all of this, you're going to know who to believe, you're going to have the truth. And then for him to post the video of just saying, I'm not going to do it. Like, bitch, either lawyers must have gotten involved or something. And that was a big frustration to me because Jeffree's whole shtick used to be that he was the honest, truthful one. He would tell you the truth no matter how much you hurt. You couldn't pay him to say anything. He was the honest one. You knew he was telling the truth. He was the honest bitch of YouTube. And then he just cops out. And now it's just really funny because that was like his whole reputation, was that he was the honest one. And now it's coming out that he's lied about pretty much everything. I feel like he's lied about most things he's ever talked about. How the mighty have fallen. But it was really frustrating because we basically had three sides of the story during Dramageddon. We had Tati's side, we had Jeffree's side, because while they were kind of on the same side, Tati claims that they were on different sides because she never called him a danger to society or an actual predator or any of these things. So that's what she claims. But that's what Jeffree was saying, so I kind of consider that on different kind of consider that on different sides. And then we had James, of course. All three people were saying different things, and they had different sides of the story, and they had different evidence. So we had three sides of the story, three different types of evidence. But we still don't really know what the truth was, because Jeffree never came out with any of his proof or any of his evidence, that he said was going to prove everything he said. Tati didn't provide any evidence in her video, either of them actually. She just talked about it. And then with James, he provided evidence, which I think is pretty good, but at the same time, that stuff could have been fabricated, so it's like, we still had all these different sides. And then we had two sides cop out and not give us any evidence. So at the end of the day, I still didn't know who to believe. I didn't know who was lying. I didn't know who was a predator. I didn't know who was the one out to ruin people's careers. It was like, we had all these accusations going around and no answers ever came out of it. And obviously with Tati's new video, she said she's got this evidence, but she can't do that because of legal reasons, which makes sense to me. But then why are you making a video about it if you can't provide any evidence anyway? She should have just put out a tweet like, hey, I have evidence, but I can't talk about it until after the legal case is done, and then I'll come out and talk to you about it. I don't want to release another video of stuff when I can't prove any of it. I'm getting way off track though, but those are just my complaints about the original Dramageddon that I wanted to get out, that I've never said. Those are things that annoyed me. Still don't know who to believe, really, out of the three of those. I'm obviously heavily leaning towards James, but it still left me a lot of questions. I don't watch or react to any of them anymore, although I never was subscribed to James, but I am subscribed from Jeffree and Tati. I completely unfollow both of them because I just can't trust any of them, which is why I don't doing what's right. I don't believe him.
For everyone saying Jeffree's going to be coming with the receipts and we all need to get ready to forgive, that is the opposite of who I am. I know I'm dramatic, I'm crazy.
That's the opposite of who he is. Right. And that was definitely a very calculated thing to say to Tati because she brought that up in her video. That's the opposite of who he is. I guess we're just forgetting about James Charles now. But it's probably going to say, that's not who I am today. Right. Okay.
Crazy at times, I'm outspoken, but at the end of the day, that is not who I am. And today I will not be sitting here showing a million text messages and all these things that allegedly are out there. That's not it. I will not be entertaining it. My lawyers are entertaining it behind the scenes, but I will not be.
So technically you're technically entertaining it then, right? If your lawyers are doing it. I don't get the distinction there. Obviously your team is entertaining it, and that felt like a threat to Tati. So this is so absurd. This whole mess started with vitamins. This whole legal battle, or this whole thing that's probably going to turn into a legal battle, started with vitamins. That's all it was. And now we're here. It just really goes to show the consequences of your actions, how far-reaching your actions can be.
I think it's been very important to stay off of social media. I haven't been on in weeks. I haven't read anything. I haven't clicked a video.
He's talking about how he's admitted he's the problem and stuff, which is definitely a good thing. But I don't know that I believe he's actually going to change. He has this impulse control issues, which is definitely true. But I don't know about you, but when I get impulsive, I don't try to ruin people's lives. Try and ruin people's careers in my life. That's pretty far. I don't go around accusing people of being predators. That's pretty far. And I'm pretty sure that's him not being on social media is a lie, because it showed him liking pictures and stuff on Instagram. So I don't think you were being honest about that. What situation are you talking about? You're being very vague. Are you talking about the video clips that have come out that have shown you being racist? Or, sexually, groping men and being weird? You know, it's not. You know, what situation are you talking about? You manipulating people into thinking that James Charles is a predator? You trying to ruin that kid's life? What situation are you talking about? Because there's a lot of stuff that, you know, from his past, and he's not addressing it, at least not so far. How hard is it to... I mean, Jenna Marbles did it, and she is way less problematic than you. Way, like, you're way up here, and Jenna Marbles is, like, way down there on the level of problematic scale. And she admitted it and fucking went off YouTube because of it. Why can't you do the same thing? Like, bring up the clips, stop hiding, bring up the clips that people are talking about, and apologize for each one of them. Admit your wrongdoings, say you'll never do it again, say you've grown as a person, and show you have. It's not that hard. Why are these people just so unwilling to take responsibility? I don't get it.
Did I get caught up in the hype? Did I do dumb shit? And did I not just simply call James Charles and ask questions?
What is with these grown-ass adults getting caught up in the hype instead of just talking to people? Like, they're both in their 30s. They were both in their 30s when this went down. Have they forgotten? Did they forget how phones work? Why is this such an issue for them? Even if when I was in high school, I wouldn't have done stuff like this. Like, I would know that hearing rumors doesn't mean it's true. Doesn't mean I should take everything at face value. If I hear something bad, I go to the person and I talk to them about it. This is basic shit. If it wasn't about taking down his career and ruining his life, why did you go to the internet about it? It doesn't make any sense. It feels like such a cop-out to me. Like, it just seems all very calculated. I don't know.
I let people really gas me up, get me going behind the scenes, and I really fell for a lot of things.
Yeah, people are going to gas Jeffree Star up, right. Jeffree Star, who's been in the industry for over a decade, has dealt with all kinds of different people. Very smart businessman. Has had a successful music career, has had a successful YouTube career, has had a successful cosmetic career. Yeah, he is gonna be easily manipulated and gassed up. Come on. Not only are you a 34-year-old man, but you're a multi-millionaire who has multiple successful business ventures. You don't get to where you are. He didn't get here by being dumb and manipulative. Or being easily manipulated is what I meant. I don't buy it. It's such a bad look. He should have realized how bad of a look this would end up being. Like, come on, if you took even 2 seconds to think about it, you'd say, going online and accusing someone of being a predator when I don't have any evidence could end up being a very bad look for me and could damage my business. I probably shouldn't do this. Someone as good in business as he is should have realized that.
And I got caught up in the hype. It's disgusting, it's awful, and none of it should have happened. So, James, I am truly sorry for my actions and my behavior. 2020 has been...
Well, that's at least something. I mean, that was a direct apology to James, so that was good, but that was only one of many things. Let's see if he addresses it.
Tumultuous for a lot of us. It has been a very crazy year, and I think that James and myself and anyone involved would agree with me that there are way bigger issues happening on this planet. I know that some people may, Jeffree, you're just saying this as a distraction. Jeffree, no. Reality is here, and makeup, drama, and beauty, community, gossip, and tea, it may be entertainment for you, and it used to be for me, but it's my life, and it's their life.
Okay, but this is so... Here's my problem with people saying they're bigger issues. Like, yeah, we all know that, but who says you can only focus on one issue at a time? A lot of people spend time online. A lot of people are on YouTube all the time. Social media is a massive industry nowadays. It's not strange to think that a drama like this would be a big deal, especially when it almost ruined the career and life of someone online. You can't slander somebody and make accusations like that and just expect people to, oh, forget about it. Oh, it's whatever. Oh, there's bigger issues to worry about. Like, of course there are. Of course there are. But what can we do about those bigger issues at the end of the day? We can do little things here and there. We can kind of help where we can. But there's only so much we can do about these massive issues. But with this drama, with people like him who apparently think it's okay to ruin a career, ruin a life, James Charles talks about almost ending his life because of this. Like, that's a big deal, especially when he is making so much money on this platform, and so many people's lives are affected, not just the beauty community but YouTube as well. We've seen this before, like with Logan Paul and that whole situation. When there's a big creator who is an awful person on YouTube, it can affect the entire platform. That is a lot of lives. It's not just affecting his life, no matter how Jeffree Star focused he is in his mind. It affects a lot of people, and that's why it's such a big deal. And even if it wasn't, we can focus on more than one issue at a time, just because, oh, there are bigger things to worry about. I know there is, and I can focus on more than one thing at a time. I have 2 brain cells to rub together, okay? I can handle both, and I can deal with both. That's such a cop-out to me as well.
And right now, outside of our walls, our world is falling apart, and it's truly shocking. So I'm not going to give you an expose of the beauty community. I'm not going to end anyone today. I've never blackmailed anyone in my life. I've never committed a crime before, and I've never been to jail.
Then why did you say you've been to jail 3 times for assault? Also, I don't think anyone wants I don't think anyone's expecting an expose. Who is wanting him to take someone else down? I don't think I've seen anyone saying that. And the people who are obviously just want drama. People are asking for you to take accountability and apologize for the awful things you've done. And you apologized before. But they were just more cop-outs like this one. These manipulative fluff pieces where he's not truly saying anything. The one good thing, he said a couple good things in this video so far. He actually apologized to James Charles, which I think is a really good thing. That's a good move. And then he admitted where he has impulse control, and which I don't know. But he realizes that what he's doing, he says he realizes what he's doing is bad. So that's good. That's something, I guess.
It's been hard to process a lot of what is being said, but involving this situation, I would just like to say that James Charles, I'm very sorry. Anything else that you guys want to know, it will never be spoken about. You can ask other people. I, just like last year, have fully removed myself. And did I get swept up into the bullshit?
You can ask other people. Says the guy who made all those accusations and was harassing people and saying he has all this evidence. If you have all this evidence of apparently of someone being a predator, you owe it to people to release it, to get them held accountable as well. Or are you just admitting that you don't actually have anything and it was just a tactic to ruin his career because he was and still is a very big competitor? Oh, I don't want to get involved in drama. Oh, This is different. This is people holding you accountable and wanting answers for the things you've done. You can't lump stupid drama, petty stuff in with these serious things. It's another cop-out. It's very manipulative.
And of course I did. And for that, I'm forever embarrassed of. Now, Breonna Taylor still has no justice. Black trans women are being murdered every day and the news is silent. Elijah McClain has no justice, and the countless other people who are murdered every single day while everyone just goes about their business like nothing's happening. And I think that drama...
What? 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 What does that have anything to do with the situation? The situation. Why would you bring that up in your apology video? What a shitty manipulative thing to do. That is absurd. Why would you bring such a hot topic into your video as an it's a diversion tactic. That's all it is. And the fact that you turned off comments makes me think that people have a lot of probably that's what people are complaining about the most. Why would you bring people into this situation that have nothing to do with you? What the fuck?
Now, do I agree with Shane's past actions? Of course I don't. And does he agree with my past behavior? Of course he doesn't.
I hate these obvious questions that he's answering with, of course not. What do you mean, of course not? You're making it sound like it's obvious that we should know these things. How are we gonna fucking know that? All we can look at is the actions you put online. Like, we don't know anything beyond that. Stop. This video feels very condescending. It's like he's like, what do you mean? Like, of course we did. Of course not. Like we're stupid. Like, we should have realized all this stuff. How are we gonna realize that?
I have a lot of amazing real people behind the scenes, and I'm forever grateful for those people who always remind me of who I am.
Implying that people in the beauty community aren't real. I'm not quite sure what that meant. Was that like a sly diss against people in the beauty community again? Man, the beauty community has taken a lot of heat from these two beauty gurus who have made a good amount of their money off of being in said beauty community. Interesting how that works. I'm kind of at a loss for words as to how we've gotten to the makeup industry. I don't think that was what people were asking you to address, unless you're trying to talk to the people who are accusing you of racism and telling them how you've always had people of color in your company and in your ads, which I don't really know. I guess that I don't know how to feel about that, but I don't get this. Why aren't you bringing up the videos that have been coming up about your past, addressing them, taking responsibility for them, and saying, I'll do better? That's all people really want you to do. I don't understand what this big issue. Why are we here? How did we end up here? How did we end up talking about the beauty industry? I don't...
What is next? You guys know, Jeffree Star Cosmetics will never be slowing down, and I'm so excited for everything that is coming for the rest of 2020. I know that the makeup world is changing, the beauty community is shifting, and COVID has transformed our entire world. But what's coming next is one of my most exciting projects.
How did we get here? It started out somewhat decent, and it sounded like maybe he was going to take responsibility and he was going to do something that people were asking of him, but now we're here talking about he's plugging his makeup brand in his apology video. What the fuck? You know, it's kind of starting to look like Logan Paul had one of the best apology videos on YouTube, which is really saying something. Jenna Marbles is probably got to be the best, like her actual taking responsibility video. This has got to be the worst I've ever seen. He's not taking any accountability. He's only done one way of doing that, and that is directly apologizing to James Charles. That is the only good thing he's done really in this video. He's done a lot of shifting. He's done a lot of, oh, it was in my past and I'll do better, even though I haven't shown you. I've been staying off social media, even though I really haven't been. Bringing up the deaths of other people to somehow just, you know, shame people, I guess, for being concerned about this whole situation. And then talking about Shane, which was kind of, I mean, that was, people were asking for that. But I don't think he really got to the meat of the matter either. He just kind of talked about the good parts. He didn't really, all he said was, oh, do I agree with his past actions? Of course I don't. And now he's talking about his business after talking about the beauty industry in general. How is this doing what's right? I'm so confused. I don't understand what's going on here.
I will be back very soon with new videos, new makeup tutorials, and of course, new products. So thank you guys.
And people will forgive him. They'll forget. They'll go back to watching his videos. They'll go back to buying his products, and it'll all be just ignored. I'm surprised he didn't bring up Morphe. I would have expected him to talk about getting kicked out of Morphe, which was interesting. I think that was a really big sign that Morphe dropped him. I think that says a lot. whether about more, it says a lot about Morphe or it says a lot about Jeffree. I'm not sure. Maybe both. That was a disappointing video to me. I don't understand what that was supposed to be. I don't feel like, it just feels like a rehashing of his video from last year where he didn't take responsibility for anything. He really just made excuses, and he himself out of talking about the issues. Really, he only touched on the James issue, which was good, definitely good that he apologized, and then he kind of talked about Shane but didn't acknowledge any of the bad things other than saying he doesn't agree with his past actions. He talked for 10 minutes, and I feel like we got one thing done that people wanted him to address. And I remember him talking before about how old videos keep getting dredged up and, trying to take him down and stuff. And I'm like, well, you need to this would have been the perfect time to do what Jenna Marbles did. Show these videos so that they, so you can stop pretending to hide from them. So people stop bringing them up to use them against you. Show them, talk about how ashamed you are of them. Talk about how you're a changed person now. You'll never be that person again. That's what people wanted. They want to see growth. Well, most people do. I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of people who just want to see you fail, but I just want to see people be better. That's what I want for me. I want to be the best version of me. I used to wish I could be other people who I perceive to have better lives. But now I just want to be the best version of myself. I'm working on it. Definitely not there yet. And that's what I want for everyone else too. Like, I want Jeffree to be a good person. He has such a massive platform. I want him to be a good role model for people that follow him. And I just didn't see any improvement. He talks about he was really taking self-reflection, which I hope he did. He took 2 months or something, like a month or two off of social media, which sometimes that's really needed. I'm sure that they need detoxes, but I don't know that really shows that you've improved as a person. And this video just made it worse. He just keeps digging that hole. Just like Shane did with that Instagram live. That was one of the worst moves I've ever seen someone on social media make. I still can't believe he did that. That was shocking to watch for me, because I've been watching Shane like most people have for years, many years. He was one of the first main YouTubers I ever watched and subscribed to. And that was a sign of Shane I've never seen before. So that was really, to me, that said a lot to me. I was like, that really made me take a step back from him, because I'm like, who is this Shane that we're suddenly seeing? That taking accountability video wasn't all that great either. I don't know about either of these people. I guess only time will tell. We'll just have to see if they really will get better. I don't think that either of them are going to go anywhere. They have massive platforms. Jeffree has lost 500k subs in the last 30 days. Still has 17.5 million subscribers. Shane still has 21 million, I think. They're not going to be going anywhere. So all I can really hope is that they get better. But this video just was not it, and I don't think that is shocking to anybody. I think everyone pretty much feels the same way. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be good people. Don't follow his example. Just be a good person. It's not that hard. So anyway, I hope you're staying safe, having a good day, night, whatever it is. Let me know what I should talk about next if you have any recommendations, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye!